Hey everybody, let's talk about the Northeast. Okay, so maybe you're thinking about moving. Maybe you're just looking for a cool place to visit on vacation. Maybe you, like me, are incredibly bored and just need something to watch on the internet right now. Whatever it is, I'm really glad you're here. And I'm really excited to talk about the Northeast. It's easy to forget sometimes how much diversity is packed into this little corner of the country. We've got towering mountains, gorgeous beaches, some of the oldest cities in the country, and some of the newest and most innovative towns. We've got history, we've got culture, we've got, really good bagels. So whether you're looking for a place to put down roots, a place to experience something new, or just a place to get away from it all, the Northeast has something for everyone. Stick around and let's see if it's the right place for you. Okay, let's start with the basics. What does the Northeast actually look like? I mean, is it all just concrete jungle, subways, and skyscrapers? No, well, there are definitely subways and skyscrapers, but there's so much more. The Northeast is incredibly geographically diverse, and honestly, kind of beautiful in a rugged, windswept kind of way. We've got the Appalachian Mountains stretching all the way from Maine down to Alabama. And yes, before you comment, I know Alabama isn't technically in the Northeast. The point is they run right through here. And they're old, some of the oldest mountains in the world, worn down by time and weather and glaciers into these rolling forested hills. Then you've got the coast, this jagged rocky coastline that's been shaped by the Atlantic for millennia, and it's gorgeous. Crashing waves, sandy beaches, these little inlets and harbors and lighthouses perched precariously on cliffs. And then in between you've got everything, rolling farmland, dense forests, rivers and lakes and waterfalls. I mean, seriously, we could do an entire video just on the waterfalls of the Northeast. So yeah, the Northeast is more than just cities. It's a place where you can hike a mountain in the morning and be swimming in the ocean by the afternoon. Okay, history buffs, this one's for you. If you're even remotely interested in American history, the Northeast is basically one giant, fascinating open-air museum. I mean, this is where it all began. Think about it. The Boston Tea Party, the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, the Freedom Trail. These places aren't just tourist attractions. They're where the very idea of the United States was born. And it's not just big, famous events. It's the little things, too. It's walking down cobblestone streets that have been there for centuries. It's visiting colonial villages and seeing how people lived back in the day. You can stand in the very room where the Declaration of Independence was signed. You can walk the same streets as Benjamin Franklin and Paul Revere. You can visit the battlefields where the American Revolution was fought and won. And the best part? This history is everywhere. It's not just in museums and textbooks. It's woven into the very fabric of the place. It's in the architecture, the street names, the stories people tell. It's alive, you know? One of the things I love most about the Northeast is that it's a true melting pot of cultures. I mean, this is a region built on immigration, and that legacy is still visible today in the incredible diversity of its people, its food, its music, its everything. You've got these big, vibrant cities like New York and Boston that are home to people from literally all over the world. And I'm not just talking about recent immigrants, although there are plenty of those too. I'm talking about generations of families who have come here from all corners of the globe, bringing their traditions and customs and languages with them. This means you can walk down the street in any major city in the Northeast and hear a dozen different languages being spoken. You can find restaurants serving cuisine from every continent, except maybe Antarctica, but give it time. And you can experience festivals and celebrations that represent the incredible tapestry of cultures that make up this region. But it's not just about the big cities. Even in smaller towns and rural areas, you'll find a unique blend of old and new, traditional and modern. It's a place where you can grab a lobster roll from a shack on the pier and then go to a cutting-edge art gallery in the same afternoon. Now, I know what you're thinking. All this history and culture is great, but what about the practical stuff? What about jobs, education, all those things adults are supposed to care about? Well, don't worry. The Northeast has got you covered there too. This region is home to some of the strongest economies and most prestigious universities in the world. We're talking Ivy League schools like Harvard, Yale, and Princeton, as well as top-ranked public universities like the University of Massachusetts and Rutgers. And it's not just about the big names. There are tons of smaller colleges and universities that offer excellent education and opportunities for research and innovation. And then there are the jobs. The Northeast is a hub for finance, technology, healthcare, education, you name it. Whether you're just starting out in your career or you're a seasoned professional, There are opportunities here for you to thrive. Plus, let's not forget about the Northeast's proximity to major cities like Boston, New York, and Washington, D.C. This means you can easily access all the cultural attractions, entertainment options, and career opportunities that these cities have to offer. Alright, let's talk about Boston. This city is like that friend you had in college who was super smart and accomplished but also knew how to have a good time. It's got this incredible history, world-class universities, a thriving economy, and a die-hard sports culture. Seriously, Boston takes its sports seriously, like really seriously. The Red Sox, the Celtics, the Bruins, the Patriots, these teams aren't just teams here, they're institutions, and going to a game at Fenway Park or TD Garden is an experience unlike any other. But Boston is more than just sports, it's also a city of neighborhoods, each with its own unique personality. You've got the historic North End, with its cobblestone streets and Italian restaurants. You've got Beacon Hill, with its charming brick sidewalks and gas lights. You've got Cambridge, across the Charles River, home to Harvard and MIT. And then there's the food. Oh man, the food. Clam chowder, lobster rolls, cannolis, Boston cream pie. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. What can I even say about New York City that hasn't been said before? It's the city that never sleeps, the concrete jungle, the capital of the world. Whatever you want to call it, there's no denying that New York is in a category all its own. This is a city of unparalleled energy and excitement. It's a place where dreams are made, and sometimes broken, where you can be whoever you want to be, and where you never know what's going to happen next. You've got the iconic skyline, of course, with the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, and One World Trade Center piercing the sky. You've got Times Square with its dazzling lights and Broadway theaters. You've got Central Park, a green oasis in the heart of the city. But New York is more than just its famous landmarks. It's also a city of neighborhoods, each with its own distinct character and culture. From the trendy boutiques of Soho to the vibrant street art of Brooklyn to the historic brownstones of Harlem, there's something for everyone in New York. And then there's the food. Oh, the food. You can find literally anything you could ever want to eat in New York, from street vendors selling hot dogs to Michelin-starred restaurants serving up culinary masterpieces. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. This place is like the cool, slightly grungy younger sibling of New York and Boston. It's got all the history and culture, but with a more laid-back vibe and a grittier edge. And let's not forget about the food. Philly is a foodie's paradise, from the iconic cheesesteaks, get them wit or without onions, to the roast pork sandwiches to the water ice. It's like Italian ice, but better. But Philly is more than just food, although the food is definitely a major highlight. It's also a city of neighborhoods, each with its own distinct personality. You've got Old City with its cobblestone streets and historic buildings like Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell. You've got South Philly with its Italian market and row houses. You've got Fishtown, a trendy neighborhood with art galleries and craft breweries. And then there's the art scene. Philly has a thriving arts and culture scene with world-class museums like the Philadelphia Museum of Art, you know, the one from Rocky, and the Barnes Foundation, as well as countless smaller galleries and performance spaces. Okay, so maybe big city life isn't for you. Maybe you're looking for something a little quieter, a little closer to nature. Well, my friend, let me introduce you to Vermont. Vermont is like the quintessential New England experience. Think rolling hills, picturesque villages, covered bridges, maple syrup farms. It's like something out of a postcard. But Vermont is more than just pretty scenery. It's also a place with a strong sense of community and a commitment to sustainability. People here are friendly and welcoming, and they care about their environment. And then there's the great outdoors. Vermont is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts, with opportunities for hiking, biking, skiing, snowboarding, kayaking, fishing, you name it. In the fall, the leaves change color, creating a breathtaking display of reds, oranges, and yellows. And let's not forget about the food. Vermont is known for its farm-to-table cuisine, with fresh, local ingredients taking center stage. Be sure to try the maple syrup, of course, as well as the cheese, the craft beer, and the apple cider donuts. So, there you have it, the Northeast mountains and coastlines, big cities and small towns, history, culture, opportunity, and really good bagels. I know it's a lot to take in, but that's the beauty of the Northeast. It's a region that rewards exploration, that surprises you around every corner, that makes you think differently about the world. So what are you waiting for? Come on up and see it for yourself. You might just be surprised at what you find. And hey, if you do make it out here, let me know. Maybe I'll see you around.